didn't get my apron on.
It's right behind you.
Good morning, everyone. It's Amy with Mama Bear Blue. Welcome. We are live here for Mondays with Mom. We're live here every Monday, most Mondays, at 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Nobody's sick.
As long as no one's sick. And this is Debbie.
I'm Mom.
If it's your first time here, welcome. We're also live in the Creative Soul or Painted Soul Creative Journey group. So if you're watching from there, welcome. And it's working. Make sure. And I will watch comments from here. So we always love to talk with you guys. So as you are popping on, be sure to say hi. And if you can share the live out, we would appreciate it. If you're watching on the replay, let us know that too. Okay, I'm going to watch comments from there.
Okay.
Hopefully we won't freeze up. Okay. All right, well, Friday was the big release for Iron Orchid Designs. So it was exciting. There was 15 new products. So if you guys didn't get to see those, you can go to my Facebook page and check those out. We're using 2 of the molds today to make a couple things. We're making plant sticks that you can stick down in your plants, either plant markers or just decor that you can stick in your plants. These are hangers that I cut up, so I'll show you that in a second. And we also have a couple pots that we are going to decorate. I've already done this one and glued it on. Mom's still got some work to do on it though. She's going to paint it. But these are the conservatory. This mold's called Conservatory. It's Iron Orchid Designs. Again, all these products are on my website, mamabearblue.com. But they're like labels. And I think they are super cute and they coordinate really well with the new set of stamps called Apothecary. So this is really different. This is a different design for IOD. So you get a set of 4 6x6 stamps, come in their individual cases like this, and then all 4 of them fit together into this box. So that's Apothecary labels. So these pair really well with stamping or imprinting into clay when you use them on this mold from Iron Orchid Designs. So we're going to be doing a little bit of that today. I already got a little bit of a head start just to test some things out, so I think this is going to be fun. All right. Hey, Rod. Rod gave us a shamrock.
Hey, Rod.
Yes, it was St. Patrick's Day yesterday.
Yes. We love Ireland.
Yes, we love Ireland. Yep. Let's see. What did you... I had Reuben, so I had corned beef.
Did you?
Yeah.
I made this cold cannon stuff with mashed potatoes.
I saw the recipe for cold cannon. I actually saved it. It looked delicious.
Yeah,
was it good?
I liked it, but your dad's he just likes meat and potatoes.
Yeah, that had mashed potatoes,
cabbage,
bacon,
and onion.
And onion was there cheese?
I didn't see.
Okay.
The one I made didn't have cheese.
Yeah, I saw. It's funny. I saw that just last night, so
Yeah.
I wanted to save that recipe. But okay, let's get back to this, Mom. If you want to start. So what I did on hers was out of clay, I molded this label, and then I don't know if you guys can see it, but I also imprinted the word. It might be backwards to you guys. Basil on there. I always grow some basil, usually outside, but sometimes inside in my sunny windows. So that's had overnight to dry. That was glued on with a combination. That was actually Type Bond Quick and Thick. So I like to use that. It's one of my go-tos if I'm not using E6000. And I've had luck with this on terracotta pots before. So that is what I did on that. So what I'm going to have Mom do is just paint the whole thing. And it doesn't have to be a thick coat.
Okay.
If some of the terracotta is showing through, I'll check it, but I think it'll still be good.
Okay.
And then we might dab on a little bit of aviary, the green, to make it look just a little mossy.
Well, and basil and green.
Right. And when you paint over this, paint with white won't matter. So just cover the whole thing, and then once it's dry.
Do you want this painted?
Yeah, that'll get painted white too. So I did buy the little trays that go with the terracotta pots. Yeah. So.
I don't know where my paint is.
The white. Here it is. That is it. And then I already had a brush for you.
Okay.
There's that. I'm going to share this real quick to... sorry. I'm messing up today. Okay. Maybe not. I don't even see a share button on here. Facebook's always changing stuff. But... yeah, if you can share out the video, we would appreciate it. Okay, so let's talk about making the plant sticks that we can stick down in the pots. So what I did was I just took some hangers. We always have these left over from the dry cleaners, you know, because I always switch ours to plastic hangers because
Yeah.
that's what I like. But I used some heavy duty, and of course with my wrist, this was not super easy, some wire cutters, and I just cut these apart. And then we're actually going to take some, probably I'll take some like needle nose pliers and just make a little hook so that when we glue these on the back, there's a little more surface area for the wire to attach to. Okay, let me get this one cut up a little bit. Let's see if I can do this while we're live without like being in pain.
Yeah, really.
We don't have the best
Hands.
wrist strength or anything. So let me get this down and pop it down. Oh, I did it easy. Oh, I forgot to show them last week's stuff too, Mom.
Uh-oh.
I'll do that real quick before we get started.
Okay.
So I'm going to cut these last two. I saved this hanger just to do while we were live. Here's one, and then this little guy. So these, I'll talk about the other mold too. I'm going to show them those before I get too ahead of myself, though.
Okay.
So I have a couple more I can cut from that, but I will try to do that later. Okay, so let's see. 1 second. Got that done. Okay. Hey Rod, if you're still live, I don't know if you're on there, but can you just share? Can you share it to our personal page? That would be good. I forgot to make an announcement that we were going live, so I think it may have hurt the algorithm just a little bit.
Oh.
But we're okay. We're good. Okay, so last week, if you guys watched, we did thrifted art, and we transformed it, and it turned out really good.
It did.
So, okay, so I took the oil painting that was already in this gold frame, and then we used the Made by Marley set, one of the pages from the Made by Marley set called Vincent. And this turned out so good. It's going to hang in my hall bathroom. I love it.
It's really good.
I didn't paint the frame. I left it gold. And so all I did was decoupage this onto a canvas. And that's what we got. And let's see. This one I was working on while you were working on yours. So this came like this. And it says Live Life in Full Bloom in white, and all I did was add some things from the Wander transfer. Doesn't that look good? I love that. So that's going to be for sale at Farm Girl, I believe. And then Mom's, it's my favorite. Did you see it finalized?
I did not.
Okay. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that good?
Oh yeah. We're
So,
not,
if you
we're not
remember-
selling that.
If you remember, all it said is it's a good day for a good day. And then we added on from the Botanist Journal transfer. We added that, and I love it. And then I put 2 coats of Big Top just in case anyone wanted to use it outside. If you are going to use this on a covered porch, you're going to be fine. But if it's actually going to get weather on it, I would try to use some kind of water-based outdoor rated sealer for that. But Big Top was plenty good for this, so I know. It's good, huh?
Yeah.
Real good.
How much
All
you want for that?
Well, you made it, right?
Yeah, but it's yours.
Okay, so we talked about the conservatory molds. We are, let's see, I finally made it to a live. Hey, Teresa, how are you doing? I have your order ready. I am going to try to get that delivered to you probably tomorrow, if not Wednesday, if that's okay. Okay, so the other one is called Specimens. So this is a little off of this typical style for Iron Orchid Designs, but I really love it because I think there's so many fun things you can do with this throughout the year. And, you know, if you have like kids and grandkids to do this with these all these different types of beetles, I think they're really, really cool. So you could do some stuff for Halloween, but today we're pouring a few to actually put on these plant sticks so we can stick them down into our plants. All right. Okay, so you're good. So Mom painted this that I had put that mold on last night.
Is that too thick?
No, that's good.
Okay.
So she did one complete coat of white, and now we're just going to dry brush on some aviary. Do you want me to kind of show you?
Yeah.
What? Okay. So this again was one of the labels from the conservatory mold, and then I just imprinted in
Is that still too wet?
with the apothecary. Yeah, we might hit that with the heat gun. I imprinted in the word basil with one of the fonts from the apothecary stamp set.
Yeah. I'll just
Yeah, I wouldn't get too close to, I mean, not, don't bake, don't
Yeah.
cook the clay.
Yeah.
It's already starting to dry since that was last night's.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do some I want to pour some resin. I know if you've watched at all, you've probably been here when I have done resin. But I wanted to do I did the resin beetles already. I wanted to do some resin in the conservatory mold. Now the clay I use in this, and the clay that was made with, is the Iron Orchid Designs air dry clay. So, oh good, Teresa, that's what I'll do. I'll message you before I'm going to drop that off. So thank you to everybody who placed orders on Friday. I had a busy weekend of packing up. I still have plenty of stock. I ordered big for this release, so if you are still interested in any of the Iron Orchid Designs products, they are at Farm Girl, Mercantile, and they're at Southport, but I have plenty in website stock too.
It's a little bit wet, like right in there. What do you
You
think?
can try just a little more before we start dabbing in the green.
Okay.
So let's talk about the resin. I use Amazing Casting Resin, and it comes in 2 parts, A and B. You mix equal parts together into a cup and stir, and then you are ready to pour it. So we're going to do a couple of these for our plant sticks. A and B, and I take cups that are the same size, and I just eyeball it so that they are equal. This is a brand new bottle. I didn't realize that. Let me get that opened up. And I'm thinking, if these plant sticks turn out like I'm hoping they do, this might be a good summer class
Oh, yeah.
at Farm Girl for making these. All right, there's part A. And then part B. As soon as I get these poured in, Mom, I will
That's okay. I'll go ahead.
give you an example of how to dry brush on. Oh yeah, you need to paint that anyway, the base of it. Okay.
Yeah.
If anyone has questions as we're going along, be sure to let me know. All right, we are going to pour. I love these little cups that I bought for using pouring resin, and they're the silicone cups from Amazon. I can put my Amazon affiliate link afterward in the comments. Let's see. All right, so let's pour in equal parts A and B of the resin. Making the resin is one of your favorite things.
Yes, it is.
Then I just take a craft stick, popsicle stick, whatever, and I stir it, and it's going to take about 20 to 30 seconds, and it's going to go from cloudy to clear. And I think it's almost there. Hi Sabrina, how you doing? We are using a couple of the new molds from Iron Orchid Designs and making some terracotta pot decor as well as plant sticks. So let me see which 2 I want to do. I think I did, what did I do? Which one did I do for that? I did this one for that. So
Right.
I think I'm gonna do a different one here. Let's do this little guy over here. And you don't want to wait too long after you do that, because it will start to solidify. So you want to be a little bit quick, and you'll know that it's starting to solidify when you pour it, and it's a little harder than, or slower to pour. It starts thickening up. So I just let that run for the length of the mold. If there's any parts that it didn't flow into, you can take a toothpick or that stir stick that you used and make it go into that. And I'll just do this one too. I did this
Somebody's
fancy one over here.
Said they're adding stuff to their order.
I'm totally adding. Yeah, Teresa, you can. You can add it. Like I said, I have plenty of stock left right now. The only thing in this release that's not going to, I have a little bit left. I'm going to try just to pour the center of this one. The only thing in this release that's not going to be part of their permanent line is their paint inlays. So as soon as those are all purchased from IOD, from the stockist, then that will be it for that. I think I did it. I was able to pour just the center of that little decorative mold. This is the one I did over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll show you guys a close-up of this before I start. I've already painted it with Kissing Booth, and the inside with some white. So that is one from the conservatory mold set too. Okay, so I always do this. I pour this right in front of me and then...
You can't work. Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave it right over there. All right, on here.
Yeah.
So we were going to just dry brush on some of the aviary so it looks a little mossy. And I think it's going to also bring out the word basil when we do that. So this is all the DIY paint. It's the clay-based paint. Blends great, but works really well on like all surfaces. I've used it on everything, from canvas art to metal, to wood, to terracotta. Oh, I don't want to forget to tell them about Thompson's water seal. So I'm just going to take enough to, when you're dry brushing, you want just like hardly any on your brush. So I'm going to start out really lightly and just give it a light brush. And then I can always add more, but it's harder to take it back off. So you can go kind of slow with that.
I like it.
I know. Looks like it's been outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a little aged.
Debbie's on.
I'm kind of taking over your project.
I see that. I'm used to it.
Good morning, Renee. How are you doing? We're using 2 of the new IOD molds today. So that's all you need to do, Mom.
Okay.
I'm going to finish up the label part and then let you finish up the pot. That's okay.
You can finish the pot.
I don't want to, no, I want you to do that. So when you do, I will show them a quick close-up. When you do just dry brush over that, you can see that it really brought out the word basil a little better there. So Mom's going to continue to dry brush, so really it's like hardly any. Hope I didn't just get resin on the paintbrush.
Well,
there you go.
okay.
Okay. There is
See
that.
if I can do this.
Yeah, just all the way around. Then you can even put some after you're done with the little tray that it came in.
Okay.
So we are good, Renee. We are doing good. We are having fun with some of these new products. There's 15 of them in all, so it's going to take me a while to have used them all. Let me show you real quick on one of the beetles I'm working on. I did some, this was from the specimen mold that I showed you guys earlier, the little beetles. But I went ahead and cast that in resin last night, and I used E6000, and it's still drying just a little bit. But after I cut up that coat hanger, I looped that around, thanks for the thumbs up, and glued it on with E6000. So that needs to... What? Here, let me show you how you fix it. Here, let's
take the white one and...
Yeah, you can. So this is just like, if you don't get enough off the brush, it'll just be a little too much like that.
I'm the one that shows the mistakes.
So, yeah, just do that. She's going back with her white brush. So now you get an idea of like how you hardly need like...
Right.
It's like hardly any. It's like when you're stenciling. Here. Because you can always go back with more. But that's the back of the pot anyway, so... Good morning, Lori. How are you doing? Saw you pop on here. Okay, so that's how I glued that with E6000 on the back. Like I said, it's still it needs a little more time, but I went ahead and started to paint it. I gave it I was just testing out some different Painterly colors, the new Painterly paint, because it's so fun and bright from DIY. And I first gave it a coat of black and then some Painterly. I'm not done, because what I'm going to do now is actually go back over it in gold. I decided we're dry brushing this in gold. I think that'll look fun. Okay, so let's get back to one of my artist brushes I can dry brush with just a little bit. So this is the DIY's golden ticket. It's the gold liquid patina. And I love it. They have a really good one called Pennies from Heaven that's copper. That would look good too.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I'm sorry. I'm really not sorry. But
You're fine.
yeah.
So I'm just going to lightly brush this on and then see if that makes enough difference.
It is back, so.
You're fine.
Okay. That does make the basil stand out.
I know. I love that. And then I like this, but I think I could even go a little more gold with this by putting on, yeah, it's not quite gold enough. Not what I was thinking. So what I'm going to do is let this dry and then put a little bit of the gold wax just with my finger over the highlights of this. So it'll be a gold background, but then it's really going to have that sparkly gold from the this, which I absolutely love. I use this a ton on my furniture projects too, and my small things. It's called Golden Rule, and it's the small thing of gold wax, and it lasts a long time. So actually, I'm going to go straight in with the two little beetles that I did from the specimen set, and I've already painted these black and brushed over them with Painterly's, one of the Painterly purple colors. I think that one was called Maximalist. And I am going to just take my finger and go lightly over with some gold wax over the top of these. And then I'm going to glue them on to one of the sticks. These, as you can see, oh, look, I got my, did everyone see that? I mean, do I always do this?
No.
I feel like
it's
I do.
usually me.
I moved the resin tray while it was drying, but it didn't hurt it too much. So as you can see, that's turning white, and it's got probably, don't get your sleeve in it. It's probably got a little bit. Hey Renee, oh thank you so much. She got sent us 200 stars.
Oh my goodness.
We appreciate that. Okay, so just really lightly with my finger, and I think you'll see. What are you doing over there?
I'm trying to get this sticky thing off.
Oh, heat gun will do it.
Well, I tried that, but it just made it stick more.
Yeah, I think I like look how bright this is. It's got you can see the purple underneath, but then it's
cute.
I know. But like I said, I think these would be fun to do with kids, and definitely if you are into that that decor style called I always forget what it's called. Not bugs. Dark Academia.
Oh.
Yeah, I love it,
Okay.
and I think this would look cool in like a little collection of beetles framed in like a gold frame with a black background. But today we're making them into plant sticks. Oh, and besides the sticks, I pulled out a couple river rocks that I had, some decorative river rocks, and I think we can maybe glue a couple of these guys in, and then you know how we can set our rocks down in our plant pots.
Yes.
They look like little gold beetles. Try that out. I'm actually going to use the brush for the wax. Okay. So I don't know if you guys ever thought about using the really small, this apothecary set comes with 4 different fonts. Like a small and then an extra small font, and then also it comes with these labels, so you can use those for stamping, but also you can use these stamps to imprint into the clay. So that's what I did on the basil here. It's actually stamped into the clay. Okay, these little guys are done. Now we're going to get them glued onto the sticks. I wonder if I could do it like with them both together, like climbing up the stick. You think that would be too hard to?
Will that freak somebody out?
Well,
Bugs
I mean, it might.
Yeah, it's all
I like
right,
this.
too.
It's like a wire cutter this way, and you go like this, and it's needle nose pliers.
Where'd you get that?
I don't know. I found it in Rod's store.
Oh, it's rods.
So I just want to pull this top part around a little bit to make, hey Bruno, make a hook. Just so there's a little more surface area, but I can't have too big of a hook because these beetles aren't super wide. I think, will that cover without, almost. I don't want the wire showing is what I mean.
Right.
Let me go back up and pinch this down a little bit. That's better. Okay. So I have that one, and then maybe I wonder if I can twist and make another little loop to get, this will be probably a miracle if I can make this work. Another loop to put the second beetle on.
Yeah.
Live. I should have done this before. Okay. How are you doing over there? You good?
I think.
I
Except
think
there's
so too.
There's one big thing right there.
The
But
blob. No, that looks good. Okay. I'll hold that up for him in a second. Do you want to...
do you want me to do white over that?
Over what?
That.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Not yet. We might later, but don't worry about it right now.
Okay.
So, almost there. I think what I'm going to do as soon as I demold these, I'm going to have you make a clay one with some fresh clay, and I'll show you where to grab it over there if you want to go grab it. Over there on my inventory shelf. Ellie stocked it over there, so we just need a fresh block because the one I used last night was almost gone and it was getting a little bit hardened up.
Is it there?
No, keep walking around around the ends. So all I've done is put the 2 loops in there, and I'm gonna have a place to glue the beetles. Yeah, that's cute. Fresh pack. It'll be much easier on our hands than older clay.
That's good.
All right. Sometimes you can get lucky and find some really cool garden stuff at Ross. Oh, okay. Sabrina, we need to check that out.
At Ross?
Yeah. Do we have, where's
Yeah,
Ross?
I thought it was right by Home Goods.
Yeah, I think it is. In Greenwood?
Well, there's one in Franklin, too.
Oh, good. Okay. Let me get these guys glued on. So what I want to do is take E6000, and you can also use E6000 with a little bit of hot glue because that would make it a little more stable for you from the beginning, and then this would be the longer term. But since I'm not going to mess with this one again, other than showing them, I'm going to just do E6000. And I always buy my E6000 in the tiny bottles.
We learned that, didn't we?
Because I never use up enough of the big ones before it gets to where I can't even get it out. So this is the bigger guy, so I'm going to put him on the loop. And I'm going to just kind of move the hanger around so that it's coated in some E6000 before I get that to sit down. And then by the end of the live, I'm hoping I can show you guys that it'll be sturdy enough that I can pick it up and show you guys what that looks like. And this guy here, I almost need a little like clamp to clamp that on, but I think what I'll do is set them upright so gravity's kind of holding them on there. And I think that'll work. I might be able to show them right now before they slide off. I think they're cute.
I don't think they're going to slide off.
Yeah, that stuff's pretty good. So I'm just going to lay that right over there, making sure they're stuck good. And let those dry. I know it is cute. The only other thing I might do is use some golden ticket on the silver stick.
Oh, yeah.
Just to make it more. Thank you, Sabrina. I got the pliers at Toss. Oh, no. No, I said they're rods. My husband. I don't know where he got them, but they're handy.
He doesn't know where they are now.
They came from the kitchen drawer.
Oh.
But we'll check out Ross too. I mean, that's good. All right, so let's see if these are ready to come out so you can get moving on the clay and we can get one glued onto this pot.
Okay.
So, hopefully it won't hurt your hands too much to
Mess with the clay.
Yeah.
Well, it feels pretty soft.
It is. It's a newer pack. And this is not quite ready. Not
Well,
quite.
just
But you know what?
What?
It's sturdy enough that you can just go ahead and make one of these.
Okay.
It's not going to hurt that these are resin and you're using
Got some
clay.
scissors.
Yeah, let me move some of this out of the way so they can see what you're doing. I'll hold that up. I did have scissors. Where did they go? There they are. All right. So this was our white, painted white, and then dry brush with some aviary over the basil. I love that. I know it's backwards. Let me give you guys a little tip. If you're going to be using these outside a lot, I love to use Thompson's Water Seal, and it's a waterproofer. And I put 2 coats inside and out on these terracotta pots, and I have some that have lasted 3 or 4 years now that have the clay molds on them. The clay, air dry clay, will develop a few little cracks in it. It's just kind of how it's designed to do, and it doesn't bother me. It kind of just looks a little aged, so just keep that in mind. But this is really good to seal your terracotta with.
I'm not sure exactly. Did I just pinch it off?
Yeah, just pinch a little bit off, and then you have to just work it. This is the harder part when you have sore wrists and thumbs, but
When
at least it's soft. But you just work it
is
into the
soft.
mold.
Okay.
And then we're gonna like keep using our thumb to like
Smooth it out?
Yeah, because we want a flat surface on that.
Okay. So which one do you?
Let's do a different one. I think this one's pretty.
Okay.
I want to do that one. All right, what was my next step?
Maybe I should do a
Do you
little
add the sealer before or after painting? Teresa, I spray it before. And I didn't treat that first one that I did for you guys, but this, and I probably won't do this one either, but these are going to just be inside in my kitchen area where my sunny window is. But I would treat those outside and wait a day and let them do it outside because that stuff kind of stinks. Do 2 coats outside.
Inhale it.
No, wait a day, bring them in, and then you can do that. Do the rest of your painting and stuff. All right. Let's get back to this one. That's the pink painted one that I'm really liking. I'm trying to decide. So I painted that white. You can either go in there with a Sharpie and just write in what it is. Then you can always just paint over it if you change it.
Yeah.
Or you can use these little stamps from the apothecary set, which I'm going to try to do. I tested it earlier and I had way too much ink. So this is a really tiny font, and I've spelled out basil with this. So we're just going to try if I can do this. And you could also line the word up on a little tiny piece of thin mount, but I'm going to freehand this. But thin mounts, I sell these as well with the IOD products, and they're just these big sheets of plastic. I use them for a lot of things, really, but you can line up your stamping project, stamp it, turn it over, and stamp it down, and it'll stick to your sheets. Hopefully, most of the time. But I'm going to freehand this, and it's going to be what it's going to be. And if I need to paint over it, I'll do that. But you just want to lightly tap the stamp with the stamp pad. These are tiny. And then I'm going to just put it on here. Once you go down there, you don't want to shift it, and I'm just going to barely touch it. I don't want it to look too gloppy. Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good. The bottom of the V. So just don't press super hard, because then it just looks gloppy, and sometimes you get the edge of your letter, like the edge of the block. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
the first one I tried today was
a little bit
a little different. But I love that they came out with the tiny little 6x6 sets that have their own case. Let's see if that one did okay. Yep. That's fun. But you could stamp whatever, like grow or flowers or... Look how good I'm doing compared to earlier.
Wow. Well, you just
Just
need
a little bit of a
bit
learning curve. I
practice,
think it's because these are just so tiny.
But they're so cute.
Oh, they're cute. Yeah. And the last letter. I'm also going to gold wax this. Gold wax over bright pink or red I don't know what it is, but the combination of it is so pretty. It really just makes the gold pop.
When you're doing this, you need one of those little kitty rolling pins to make this flat.
You did pretty good there. Oh, a trick. I didn't tell you the trick. I just made you work. If you guys have something like the little sticks you use to put the IOD transfers on.
That works.
And then you can kind of just...
What if you just...
scrape it off.
Well, here, I do this.
Oh, I thought the back looked a little tall. I was going to do this. Yeah, I wanted it to be... It needs to be even.
Flat?
It has to be flat with the... That's really soft. So just make it be flat with the...
Okay.
So that way it's easier to glue onto the
Right.
hanger. All right, so this is this before I put gold on it. I know that that's backwards, but basil.
I didn't tell you the trick.
What?
That's what
Yeah,
you
I
said.
forgot to tell you the trick that you need to use a scraper to get the extra off. Okay, let's get some of this on there with the dry brush. This is the gold wax again. And like I was saying, it always looks really pretty when, look at that. Just really lightly, dry brush on some gold, and it just hits those highlights with that red or pink behind it. Again, this is Kissing Booth, but Marquee looks really good. Carnival Red. I don't want to lose my little stamps. They're starting to go everywhere. That is why they made the tiny little envelopes.
Yeah.
For these to go into, but I need to wipe them off before I do that. I always keep some baby wipes handy to wipe off my stamps after. I want to be a little careful about that ink because I know that's probably not dry yet, and that's the Iron Orchid Designs black ink. But look,
that looks nice.
Isn't that fun? Nice and summery. And elegant.
And elegant. Yeah.
And we'll have elegant beetles too.
Oh boy.
So stick in there. Oh, I love this. Okay. Let me show you guys a close-up of what that's looking like. Let's see if that ink is dry enough for me to just really lightly. Yeah. But again, if you mess up while you're stamping, just keep using your white paint and going back over it till it's the way you like it. But these are fun. I really do. I'm thinking this is going to make a good class. You can make like a trio.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get our stick ready to glue this on. That's the beetle. What's that?
Is that Waylon's chair?
Yes, he loves that chair. Okay, let me make the hook. I'm going to make the hook a little bigger on this one. I do too, Sabrina. The gold is so pretty. That is Golden Rule, the wax. Try in front of my face. Okay. So, was that the longest stick I have? Thanks, Teresa. Yay! You'll come to the class. I'm hoping we can start having some outdoor ones soon. How's it going, Mom?
It looks...
That's good. Now we can demold all of them at once because the clay is automatically ready right away.
Right.
So if you turn that over all the way flat and then roll it up like this, that should come out, and kind of press it as you go. Nope. Here, turn it back over. The resin's going to start coming out. Let's just start.
Did we mess
No,
up?
that's what I did earlier.
Oh.
You got that down in there good.
Is that a bad thing?
No. I just need to get an edge to come up. Here, let me try. Let me try to. It's coming. Here.
You grab it.
Once you get an edge, it should start coming up just fine. It's just getting that start, and then we're
probably not, because I did it.
No, you just smashed it down in there real good.
You wanted it flat, so I got it flat.
Here we go. It's coming. And gently pull it out, and let me get this side too. It is nice and flat. It is.
Well,
I got it.
I aim to please.
You did it. Okay. So that will be on. We'll fix the right.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like ruffles.
Yes.
So that will get glued on to the pot we haven't done yet. If you want to go ahead and do it. Let me see if I want it to go like that.
Yeah, you
can glue it. You can glue it. I want it like that. Okay, so tight bond, quick and thick. So take that back off and load it up with some tight bond, quick and thick, and you can smear it around with the popsicle stick. What was I doing? I was twisting the stick. Here we go.
You might have to stick something in there.
Do you need me to help with the squeezing of the...
No, it's all right.
Okay.
I like to be tortured.
This is your wrist therapy.
I guess it is. That's a good thing.
I made the loop on the stick, and I'm going to E6000 it right to the thing. And again, if you want to go back and paint the metal, if you have silver and you want to paint it with the golden ticket, it wouldn't clash so much. E6000. Here we go. Put a pretty big amount on there. You guys see okay? I keep thinking we're going to get set up Switcher Studio, and it's where we can have one camera that will be on our work, and then the other camera would be on us, and
so
I can
they
switch.
can see all the mistakes. Yeah. That would be good.
just for that.
Yeah,
just for
yeah.
Mom's
So
mistakes.
I just want to show them what not to do. All right. Is that enough glue?
Yes, I think. Did you get it all through the edges and stuff?
Well, no.
Like you need to. That is one good tip: is to when you do put the type on there, make sure you've covered here, covered all to the corners, because you don't want those corners rolling up.
Right. I got you.
Okay. And I'm not going to try to. This is just too wet yet, but that will be cute in the plant. All right, let's set that one aside. I'm going to get to demolding these with the resin. Good morning, Kathy. Debbie, you do great. See, Renee's she's an encourager.
Yes, she is. Thanks, Renee.
These resin always just look. It just comes right out.
Yeah.
But the thing about resin is you can't mold it unless you're going to take it out a little early. Like right now, it's still flexible, and you could do that and glue it on. But I usually just use clay when I need to do that. Are you going to pick
this up, or I'm going to put a big thumbprint in it?
I can try. Do you? Let's see. Well, yeah, I'll let this happen first.
Yeah.
Before I give you another task.
Yeah, better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know what word do we want on this? Because you're going to imprint it.
Parsley.
Okay.
Sage.
Rosemary and thyme. Or just flowers. We could just do flowers.
Yeah.
Even though I probably...
You know what? Do you still have your Irish flowers?
Yes,
Seeds?
I have my Irish seeds. I'm glad you reminded me. They're in my
could put
sun.
Irish on there.
I could...
I am
let's do that.
possessed, aren't I?
Mom's a little obsessed.
I'm set.
Possessed and obsessed.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's do Irish. Do you want to... I'm going to let you do it.
Oh, I should have picked something that didn't have a lot of...
Good morning, Kathy. How are you? Okay, so we could have imprinted this before you glued it on, but we didn't, and it's okay. You can still do it now. All you're going to do is pull off the stamps that you need, right?
Mm-hmm.
And put them in there. And so flowers has 1, 2, 3. So I'm trying to think. This, I think it'll fit. Yeah. Start right there. And I think you're going to be fine. So you just want to press it so that the whole thing is in there. And, okay, pull it out and see if...
Shaking.
It did. Okay.
Okay.
So now let me see the size-wise. Yeah, I think they're going to need to be pretty close to each other.
Okay.
So there you go. That's your assignment. So imprint the word flowers on there. We were going to do Irish, but we changed it to flowers.
That's okay.
Okay, so these
But I don't have an L.
Huh? No. The big one. You're using the big font up here.
Oh.
Yeah, the little L from Basil is sitting right there.
Okay.
But you're using this
one, the
up
top
the top.
one.
Yep.
Okay.
The top. Okay, let's get back to one of these that I want to make one last stick on here. Kathy, we're using the Iron Orchid Designs new things, the molds, conservatory, and the apothecary stamp set, and specimens, the little beetles, to make some plant sticks, plant markers. That's the stick that's going to go on this one.
Squish it.
No, you're good.
Maybe I should put my glasses on.
Yeah, you should
Might
definitely do that.
Right.
Now, I think I really love the pink with the gold. So, and I'm not going to paint the inside where you can actually like write, and then I probably would just use, I don't think there's any stamps that are really tiny enough to fit right in there. So I probably will.
Just write something.
Yeah, I'll probably just write flowers in with
These are little stinkers.
the Sharpie. The firse time they come off, they're
Yeah.
always kind of challenging.
Yeah.
Let me do something real fast. Got a lot going on back here, as usual. ever since the release on Friday, it's been
crazy.
yeah. I need to get caught up on all my projects. Okay. I'm very excited to see the new products being used. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, we at the end I'll show you what we've come up with so far. This is my last one, and then Mom's gonna. This you won't have to paint because this needs to dry.
Okay.
I always liked after I glue on the clay and imprint it or whatever I'm going to do, I let it dry about 24 hours before I give it
Am I gonna have
its
enough
first.
room?
You're really going to have to like come way
Move
over
that
here. No,
out.
like this. Right? Yeah. See if the W will overlap just to.
Well, that looks good. Yeah.
Then you just, I mean, get super close with the last, or just put. You don't even have to do an S. Put flower.
Okay.
ER will fit in there pretty easy. That's really cute. It fills up that space nice.
Yeah, it does. E.
Yes. Okay, so back to the kissing booth because I really love that. The look of here's my pink brush. Okay, the look of the gold over the pink. So we'll go back with the kissing booth on this. I said I wasn't going to paint it, and then I did. So what I'll do is I'll go in there with, like I did on the first one, and just paint the middle white with beadboard when this is dry for my writing surface. And then with the Sharpie, you can write it in there, and then what you can do is just give it a little. If you ever want to change what it says, you can just paint over it again. 2 swipes of a paintbrush, and you'd have it covered.
Oh, I think I got into this.
It's cute. I like it.
I thought I got into that, but I guess I didn't.
Yeah, it's okay. I like it. It's cute. I'll show them that in just a second. Do you want to...
Amy,
What?
did I put my E upside down?
No, it's fine.
It looks upside down.
Upside down would have been backwards.
Well, that's what I meant. Oh, no. It
No,
looks
that's
better
right.
that way. Well, I was freaking out.
Oh.
See, because when you lay it like that, you couldn't see it. But when you do this,
Right.
you see it. Okay.
Yeah, that's cute. I'll show them that. I'm going to set these here for you as a heat gun on.
Okay.
I do use a heat gun on resin, but when I do it, it has to be really far away because the heat gun will soften. Yeah, it'll soften the. I'll do this longer one. No, I'll do this one. So the resin and the clay are both on my website in the Iron Orchid Designs section. And if you want to see the new stuff on my website, it's in its own collection. It's the very first one with that. It's the collection you click on that has that pretty green dresser that somebody did, that IOD's using for their promo photos.
This is almost dry.
Okay. Yeah, the DIY dries pretty quick. I'm going to give you this one to do the same thing. All right, let me go back in the center of this with some white before I... Oh, here's the little tiny white brush. Oh.
What?
I have this little set I bought of to use with my canvas art and my watercolors on Amazon. I love them. These are awesome for tiny details. I can put my Amazon affiliate link in the comments later if you're interested, but there's a whole bunch of different sizes. These aren't even all of them, but they're just really tiny detail brushes that by Graby. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that brand, but I'm going to use one of these to get the centers painted white real quick before we glue them on. White, yep. And we got to show them your imprinted flower label in a second.
What do you do? How do you put your clay out after?
So the way I always store the clay, we're going to need to get a Ziploc bag. First I'm going to wrap it in cling wrap, and then I put it in an airtight bag.
Okay.
It lasts much longer that way than just trying to, because if if it has any air getting to it at all, it's
Bad news.
Yeah, it'll get hardened up pretty quick. And then if it does start to get a little bit hard, you can put a wet paper towel in the bag for a day or two. But once it gets past a certain point, there's like no bringing it back. So
You almost need one of those seal meals
I remember seal meal, yeah.
that you could seal it in. And
Well, I have a like a bag sealer in the kitchen that I use like once, you know,
yes, but
to buy meat in bulk and then
well, you can
seal it
bring
up.
it down here and we can use it.
Yeah, we could. Just trying not to get outside the edge there too much. Takes a little bit of a steady hand. Glad I didn't have too much coffee this morning. That'd be really shaky. This is going to need 2 coats of white, but that's okay. Well, what are you getting?
I was going to get the saran wrap.
Oh yeah, it might be in the bottom of that thing. If you guys are watching on the replay, be sure to say hi, and if you have any questions, let me know. I will go back and answer them. I'm also going to put product links to all the products we used today
Sorry.
in the in there for you guys.
Bruno, stop. What the heck?
Flame wrap, it's always fun. Did you lose the end? Because that's the best.
Yeah, and then it didn't want to tear.
It's press and seal that I really love the most.
Yeah,
For
that's
this
a good
stuff.
one.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to need one more coat. And then I'm also going to go back over it with gold once it's all dry. And I'll fix my edges a little bit. So these are in progress. You can't really see how much detail is in these from the pictures, but those will look good. They'll look like this. Let's see. This still needs more dry time. But if you didn't see it earlier, we have that one, the gold, and then we have the 2 little beetles. We'll paint this stick in golden ticket probably. Those guys climbing up the stick. And what else we got? Mom's painted the pot that says basil with beadboard and white swan, and then
Aviary.
dry brush aviary.
Yeah.
And then on this we used the conservatory mold and used apothecary stamps to stamp in the flower. So when this is dry tomorrow, I'll do the same that I did with that. We'll paint it in white swan. We'll dry brush
Cute,
with aviary. Yeah, that'll be really cute. And then, so the only other thing I have to do is show you guys this guy once I get the gold wax on it. And I think if I did this one over again, I would definitely do the pink, or red or pink underneath. And it just kind of makes the gold pop a little more. This is just one single beetle. This was my test one from the beginning. All right, those are fun. I mean, you could do that with, do the same thing with a lot of the molds from IOD, but I really love that they came out with the labels. And then this set that helps complement that for imprinting. Is that everything? That was fun. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for joining us. And thank you so much for those of you who sent stars. We appreciate that. Let's see, that was Sabrina and Renee. Thank you. So we'll be back next week. I think I'm going to use some of the new transfers from IOD, maybe the paint inlays, one of those on a project, since we have so much thrifted stuff to get through.
Yes.
So if you have any questions, let me know, and we will be back next Monday. Again, you can get all the products either at my booths if you're local or mamabearblue.com, and we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye. Good job, buddy. Oh, Waylon's tired too.